Today we're going to review one of my favorite Irish whiskeys under $30, Glendalough Double Barrel. Welcome to Four Leaf Whiskey. Though I'm really excited to review this one. This one is available widespread across the US. And this is one of the most underrated categories in Irish whiskey, and that's Irish single grain. This is Glendalough Double Barrel Irish Whiskey. This is an Irish single grain from Glendalough Distillery. Glendalough is in County Wicklow. This is 42% ABV, and this bottle retails for under $30. So for those of you not familiar with the legend of St. Kevin, St. Kevin decided he had had enough of society. He was going to travel down to the Glendalough Valley and become a hermit. He stood with his arms outstretched, and a blackbird landed in his hand. And the legend is he stayed still as a statue while the blackbird built a nest in his hand and until the eggs hatched. So that is a legend of St. Kevin, and you can see the St. Kevin on the Glendalough label with a blackbird in his hand. So Glendalough Double Barrel is an Irish single grain whiskey. That means it's a grain whiskey that's been distilled at one single distillery. This has been aged in bourbon casks and then finished 6 months in Oloroso sherry casks. Now, why they call it double barrel and not just finished in Oloroso sherry, who knows? There really isn't a designation or any kind of rules regarding double barrel in Irish whiskey. So it's a really nice kind of a straw gold color. On the nose, you can tell it's a single grain whiskey. They remind me of almost like a wheater or an American whiskey with a lot of corn. You can get that sweetness on the nose. Almost like a Werther's, like a candy, like a rock candy. Getting some caramel, some vanilla. There's some milk chocolate. A little bit of almond. I'm getting a little bit of like coffee, like fresh brewed coffee. So I'm getting that sweetness at first. I'm getting that kind of like a honeyed vanilla. And then I'm getting a really nice oaky note. Still getting just a hint of the chocolate. It's not as much as on the nose. Still getting like a black coffee, just that little bit of kind of a bitter, like the bitter coffee note right at the finish. Finish is kind of short, which it's not unusual for Irish single grain for me. So going back to it, now I'm getting that Oloroso sherry. Right about mid palate, I'm getting the like figgy almond Oloroso note. So it's starting very sweet, getting kind of the Oloroso, getting figs, I'm getting almonds, and then I'm getting the oakiness, and it's finishing just with a little bit of that coffee, kind of a little bit of a bitter, just kind of a spicy bitter note. Very nice, a little on the sweeter scale, but not overly sweet. Not something that I can't sit and enjoy. This is one that I particularly enjoy. There's not a lot of options out there for Irish whiskey, not a huge amount for under $30. It's just not cheap to get whiskey to the US from Ireland. This one is one of my top picks. This is a bottle that now that we have it in our state, I have a backup on my shelf. I will probably get a second backup on my shelf just to make sure I have it around. And I think that a lot of people would like this. I think people who are just getting into Irish whiskey, I think would enjoy this one. So please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you've had Glendalough Double Barrel or if you've had other offerings from Glendalough Distillery. Sláinte.